Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So the today I'm going to show you this game. This is game from the book Vishy Anand, my best games, written by Vishy Anand. So as I am very big Vishy Anand fan, so I am thinking about doing this series in which I will show all the games from that book, and this is the first game. This is game of Viswanathan Anand, and this was game was played in 1982, and not sorry, not 1982, 1986, between Viswanathan Anand and Ventzislav V Inkiov. I hope I am saying that name correctly. Apologies for not speaking the correct pronunciation. So this is the game. This game is between him and Viswanathan Anand in World Chess Junior Cup. So without further ado, I think let's start the game. So Vishy Anand is white, and Ventzislav is black. So Vishy opens with e4. Ventzislav replies with c5, the Sicilian defense. Knight f3, d6, and d4, attacking the center. C cross d4, exchanging. Knight cross d4. Knight f6 and knight c3. Knight c6, the Sicilian defense classical variation. This is called as a is called as Sicilian defense classical variation. If maybe who he would have played, then it would be knight of defense, which is very famous. So he goes for knight c6, and now Vishy goes bishop g5, e6, trying to open up square for a dark square bishop so that he can develop it, and Vishy plays queen d2, bishop e2, developing the piece so he can castle, and Vishy castles queen side, and Ventzislav castles king side. So it's opposite side castling. So whoever would attack first, most he has a good chance of winning this game. So let's see how the game progresses. Knight back to b3 and a5, straight away starting the attack on the Vishy's king. a4, blocking the pawn, and d5, opening up the center. Bishop b5, trying to develop the bishop so that Vishy's rook are now connected, and knight b4, putting the knight in a very more proactive square. Rook h e1 and d cross e4. Vishy just takes queen cross d8 and rook cross d8, and knight cross e4. Now he comes back, knight b to d5, c4, attacking the knight, and knight back to c7. Rook cross d8, check, and bishop cross d8. Rook d1, bringing rook to the open file. So overall, as we can see, Vishy Anand has a very good position, as his all the pieces are active as compared to black. If we see, these two pieces are very much undeveloped. So I think that is why the game is showing the engine is showing more advantage to Viswanathan Anand. Okay, let's continue the game. Bishop e7, once again bringing bishop to more active square, so maybe he can move this way or something like that. Knight cross f6 check, and g cross f6. Maybe taking with a bishop was also not a great idea, because then it's just over, bishop cross f6, g cross f6, and I think rook d8 check is very dangerous over here. So g cross f6, and Vishy brings bishop back to e3. Knight cross b5, as the bishop was very powerful there, and a cross b5, f5, and knight c5, e5, and knight d7, attacking this undefended pawn. And maybe he can do 4, can pin one of the pieces, try to exchange more pieces. So here Ventzislav just plays f4, and she brings bishop to a better square, bishop b6, f6, and bishop c7. Now I can say take the knight, bishop cross d7 and rook cross d7, bishop c5, and bishop d6, bishop cross d6, rook cross d6. So okay, rook cross d6. So as from the start Vishy is pushing, and now he is attacking the pawn, weak pawn of f6, and to which I can say counter attacks rook c8, attacking weak pawn of Anand, but Anand just simply push b3 and defends it. a4, attacking that pawn, but Anand just plays the best move, king d2, because you can't really take here. If you take, then black rook can easily access, and maybe your position gets equalish. From a winning position you get to an equalish position. So Vishy plays the best move, king b2, a cross b3, and now king cross b3. So now king is protecting this pawn, king f7, and king rook d7 check, king e6, attacking the rook, but rook will just move, rook cross b7, e4, and rook a7. Why can't just take here? I think he could take here as well. This is also a good move, but I think this has a better this move kinds of block rook a8, because if you just take this pawn firstly, then the rook can come to this file and kind of harass your king in future. So maybe that's why Vishy plays rook a7 first, e3, and f cross e3 and f cross e3, king c3. As you can see, if rook was on this file, then he could have errors in some way or other. So very defensive move, very prophylactic move, as one would say. So king c3, now bringing king close to the pawn, rook d8, and rook a2. Now the rook can simply swings back to second rank, so he can block this pawn from pushing. King e5 and b6, simply pushing the pawn, king e4 and b7, rook b2 and king b4, rook d2 and Vishy not falling for the trap. If you just take, then this then both the players would able to bring the queen back, but Vishy plays the better move, just brings the queen early. So now if he takes, you are up a queen versus the rook, and that's what happened. Rook cross a2 was played in that game, and queen b7 check, king d3, queen d5 check, and king has to go to the e2 square, because if he goes somewhere else it would be one worse for him. And here Anand just plays c5, and in this position Ventzislav resigns the game, and this was a wonderful win by Viswanathan Anand. So hope you guys liked it, and I will be sharing more such videos. Let me know in the comments how was the video, how did you like it or not, and what could we change. So I'm planning to do more games from this Viswanathan Anand book. Vishy Anand's my best games of chess. So thank you everyone, and hope to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.